guys. What's up, my man? Millie, thank you. Oh, yeah. Always a good show. Drea, Bree. Always a good show, especially when you got amazing people. That's what makes the show, the people that we have. Guys, we get started here in just a few minutes, trying to get a few other people coming here. Chris, thank you, brother. Trying to get a couple people come up in here. Millie. Get started here in just another minute or two. Finally. T, what's up, man? Blake. Thank you, April. Dr. Marissa is awesome. She killed it earlier. She did an amazing job. And I certainly think she's got a lot of wonderful things coming her way. For sure. Yeah, let's do it, man. Dr. Marissa. There she is. Thank you for having me, too, by the way. Guys, definitely please check out Dr. Marissa's show, too. A lot of great shows on the app, so I'm going to start a couple minutes. Drea. Single Monday night. Welcome. Just wanted to take the time to thank all you guys for being here. I certainly appreciate that. If you're new here, if you've already been to the show and checked us out before, thank you again so much for coming back. If you've never been here before, let me welcome you to Gratitude. This is a show about finding people who want to show more thanks during their life. Each week's guest, we recall circumstances, people, memories that have humbled them. Just talk about things that help them reflect and grow, through the act of gratitude. So, like I said, if you're new to this, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you giving the time to be here. There's a lot of amazing content on the app, guys. There's cooking shows, there's dating shows, there's advice shows, there's incredible music and talent shows. So certainly if you get an opportunity, check out when you at the bottom, please hit the live button and look at the top. You'll see all the banners of all the amazing show creators and content creators of people that certainly put a lot of time, energy, and effort into what they're doing each and every single week, and certainly are very, very appreciative of the opportunity they have as well as I do. So again, please take the time every single week to check out so many different shows. There's a lot of really amazing good content. So guys, just to kind of give you a quote, this is what we start out with every single week. This week's topic, and we'll talk about this later, I just thought was an amazing quote. It's, music is by far the most wonderful method we have to remind us each day of the power of personal accomplishment. Let me read that one more time. Music is by far the most wonderful method we have to remind us each day of the power of personal accomplishment. So guys, I don't know about you, but that certainly hits a little bit different. I think that depending on whatever mood you're in, music can certainly help you change that mood. And we'll get into that a little bit later on. We have an interesting, very, very interesting new topic for the week. But right now, we just kind of want to recap the last week. And we had such a wonderful topic about friendships. And we had an amazing guest that shared what it certainly meant to her about friendships and things of that nature. So this week, we wanted to accept a new guest for the challenge and kind of talk about that and what that certainly means to them. So guys, the recap of last week was friendships. And at this time, I want to request Bree Baby to the box. Everybody welcome her up, and certainly excited to have her on and to be able to certainly learn a lot of things about her and what all that means to her. So guys, at this time, we're going to get her up in the box and be able to really get to know her a lot better. Bree, how are you? Oh, I can't hear you.
All right, yeah, I got to take these off
I
because I
can't
can't see in the glare.
I can't hear you.
I had to take my glasses off.
Oh, we can hear? Oh, my God. There we go. Okay, sorry. You good? There we go.
Yeah, sorry, I just had it down. Don't worry, y'all.
Let's get it together. Let's get it together. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to be here. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So if you want to just kind of maybe just introduce yourself to everybody, maybe just for anybody that's not familiar with you, just kind of give us a little rundown of you and streaming and things like that.
So, y'all, I'm Bree Baby. I am hoping to be top badge one day, very soon. I've been on the app. Actually, today is my 4-month anniversary.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I actually didn't even realize it till this morning, and somebody said something to me about it, and I was like, "Is today the first?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
you know, when you're in the whole Meet Me world or the streaming world, you know, time kind of just gets away from you. You know, you're on there for a day or two, and next thing you know, it's 6 months in, a year in, and you're just like, wow, where did the time go? You know.
It's true, and I feel like I've created so many bonds and so many like friendships on here that it's like this is as much the real world as everything else is to me. You know what I mean? It's thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I think being a streamer opens you up to a whole different world of things.
It really does.
You know what I mean? To some people just like I know a lot of people have friends that are like, why are you streaming? Like, what are you doing? You know, even my best friend off app is she's very skeptical of it. She's like, what the hell are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's actually really great. You just gotta try it. Just give it a go. And she's like, I'm not talking to people I don't know. And I'm like, never mind. Yeah. Never mind.
But you know, as you kind of touch on that right there, as you get into the world of that, and you get an opportunity, like you said, to have all these bonds and all these wonderful relationships that are generated from people that you really don't even know. It certainly is just an incredible feeling to people that you maybe necessarily would even run into on a daily basis that may live in another state or something like that.
It's so true because, you know, I've had like my childhood best friend, but I met my like everyday best friend on this app. He is like my twin flame. He is my best friend. And he is literally like, I can't imagine my life without him in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny because y'all, VJ Mac, I don't know if you're in here, but I'm gonna shout you out real quick. But he walked into my very first live. I had 100 diamonds. My first live, he walked in and he's never left me since. Yeah. And I wake up every morning. We do a morning show together. So I wake up every morning to his voice. He's like, Bree, you got to get out of bed. Get up.
Yes.
I'm like, no. He's like, no, Bree, you need to get up. Like right now. I'm like, fine. All right.
When you kind of start thinking about those relationships on a daily basis, I mean, I know that we all kind of have struggles from everyday life. And I think for, you know, a lot of people, myself included, when you have an opportunity to be on an amazing platform like this and streaming and things of that, you like you said, you're able to create these relationships that when you have a tough time, it kind of gets you away from the everyday hustle and bustle of life and just get into a positive, grateful mindset of, wow, I have all these amazing people that are around me.
It's so true. Like I came on this app because of COVID. I did not expect a whole lot from it. I'm not going to lie. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. And one of my friends from Instagram actually was like, hey, you should check out Scout. Just go look at it. And I was like, what the heck? What the heck is Scout? Like, he's like, just go on. You talk to people. He's like, it's the same as streaming on IG, but people can gift you and people are absolutely awesome. I tried Scout and I'm not going to lie, y'all. I got on Scout and it did not work and I locked myself out.
Yeah.
So I have a Scout account somewhere.
Yeah.
And I got locked out, so I got back on Meet Me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to try this. And I just sat down and started folding laundry, and it's it's funny. My very first year, I sat on my bed, folded laundry, and the whole world came to me.
Yeah.
You know, I was home. I'm a stay-at-home mom right now with 2 kids because both my kids are high risk. I'm a high risk. So I can't send them to school or anything. And I just needed an outlet. I just needed to get away from it all for 5 minutes, like just to breathe.
Sure.
And then it became like my other world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I connected with so many people on here that I cannot imagine life now without. People like, you know, my best friend VJ Mack, Role Model Fresh, you know, even people that I'm not friends with every single day and talk to every single day, like Blake Premier. You and I both know Blake very well. I have such a strong friendship and love for him. Like, he's such an amazing person. And all of the people I've surrounded myself with, I love you too, Blake, that just looked at me and said, you know what, you're amazing and you're meant to do this. You can do this.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like streaming just became my calling.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those people that I could not figure out, oops, I love you too. I love you too. But I was one of those people that didn't have that thing that I was like, this is what I do. This makes the other half of me. I was never that person that I was never into, you know, music or whatever it may be. And I started streaming and I was like, I love this. And not only do I love this, I love the people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there is a lot of drama on this app, y'all. There's so much drama on the app. But if you take a step back, thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. If you take a step back and just realize every person you touch becomes part of your life. Yeah. You know, and they're not just a person on the other side of a screen. They're a whole person on the other side of that screen that is just as much part of you as you are part of them. Mm-hmm. You know, I have people that come to my stream that are like, Bree, I just needed to see you today and say hi. And I was like, man, yeah, that's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I talk a lot. So.
No, that's what it's for. I mean, that's the purpose of having you on, is just to see what it really means to you and the topic at hand, and how, you know, important, like you shared a lot of amazing things about how you come into the situation of coming onto an app like this, and you really had no, you know, certainly any, you know, idea of what it could be. And then, like you said, you've been able to touch so many people in so many different ways, and people have been able to touch you. It's certainly just a very gratifying and amazing feeling.
Yeah. And it's like, so my stream kind of became a place, you know, I wanted to make sure I stayed positive.
Right.
I wanted to make sure that I connected with people, but mm-hmm. most of all, I wanted to send a message.
Yeah.
And I wanted that message to be, because I knew how alone I was. And I'm not a depressed person. I'm not a negative person. I'm very positive and upbeat, and everybody be like, Bree, I just love coming to you. And I'm like, when I knew I was in that, before I got to this, I was scared for myself, because I was in that situation where I was like, I'm home alone. I got my kids, which is wonderful. They're in my world. But I'm like, I need to get out of my house.
Yeah.
But I couldn't leave. And I was like, I felt so trapped and so alone. And all I did was 2 clicks. And it opened me up to a world that I never could have imagined.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's people that have come into my life that I associate with every single day. I cannot go my whole day without talking to them, without saying good morning.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's honestly, it makes you feel so full of life to have that. Mm-hmm. To have the people that not only you care about, but care about you enough to keep coming back. Right. Yeah. And it's funny, this is really because of COVID and everything. I haven't seen my friends, and a lot of my friends have kind of, you know, outside of the app have, you know, kind of, they're doing their own thing.
A little bit, right?
And, you know, we've kind of lost that connection. While they'll still always be my friends, the people that I've met here, these are my friends. Yeah. I talk to them every single day. They come in, and, you know, when I'm down and I'm having just one of those days, and they're like, Bree, it's okay. We all have it. And I'm like, nah, y'all, I shouldn't bring this here. And they're like, we come to you with all of our shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to swear.
You're good. But you're very right about that. You're very right about that, and it's certainly very important to continue to value those relationships and friendships with the people that are so important to us every single day. Guys, if you're new with us, thank you so much for coming in. This is a show that we do every single Monday night. This is called Gratitude. And what we do is we just try to talk to people about things that they want to show more thanks for in their life. Each week we recall circumstances, people, memories that have humbled them and that help them reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. And at the time, we just wanted to welcome you to the show again. And thank you so much for having Bree Baby. She's certainly taken an amazing story, an amazing time in her life to share what friendships mean to her. That's the topic we're talking about right now, is a reflection. And she's certainly been able to really touch on such an amazing thing in her life and how it's been so important to have the friendships and the relationships that she's cultivated on an every single day basis, and what the people have brought into her life. And certainly, I'm sure, from a streaming standpoint, what you brought into other people's lives. And so thank you again so much for just doing that. And, as we talk about that, as we, share the friendships, you said, you made a great point about how, you didn't put it this way, your friendships in every single day life, people kind of come and go and they kind of dwindle off a little bit. But like you said, these people that you have such an amazing, grateful connection with, they're people that you talk to every single day. Maybe you have some things going on with your children. Maybe you have some situations going on in your life that maybe you don't necessarily feel very comfortable talking about on stream. You can make these connections and value those friendships to be able to talk to these people on such a very personal level.
It's so true because, number one, all of us are going through one major thing right now, and it's all COVID.
Right.
All of us, can relate to the stresses of every day dealing with it. Y'all see you guys. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Hooves. Thank you, Del. I see you guys. I see you. Sorry.
You're good.
All of us can sit back and be like, this sucks. But y'all, and I want to ask y'all this honestly. Put a 1 in the comments if this app helps you just a little bit get through it.
It certainly does for me. It helps me get through it a lot. You said a little bit, but it does a lot. We're not always going to have the best of days. Maybe work will get to us. Maybe our family is going through some stuff. Maybe you have some loved ones that are sick. Maybe you've had some people that passed away. Maybe you've just had a lot of financial struggles that people go through. It helps you get through things on so many different levels that I think that sometimes people don't even realize can certainly make them be very grateful and very appreciative of what they have.
Excuse me.
You're good.
Yeah, and it's funny, when I first got on this app, so because of COVID, I moved my parents in with me. I bought a house last year. I moved my parents in with me. And actually it wasn't because of COVID I moved them in. I moved them in just because they were living in, a bad area.
Well, just because you're a great daughter, I'm sure. So yeah.
Yeah, am I right? I don't like to brag, but out of the 3 sisters there is, I'm the best one. But but then COVID hit, and where my sister and brother-in-law and nephew were staying, it wasn't safe. They were down in Boston in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So they left the place that they were renting and moved in with me. So I have a house full of people, and everything went wrong the first week I was on this app.
Yeah.
My refrigerator went, my stove went, my septic went. My whole house was falling apart, and I was having a freaking panic attack.
Right.
But every day I came on, everyone was like, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I think I got this. Like, you got it. We all go through it. When it rains, it pours. And I didn't realize at that moment how important all those people were until a couple weeks later when things like simmered down and everyone was like, Bree, you good? And I'm like, I'm only good because of y'all. Like, I love my family, but you guys got me through this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because when you're in a house with your family, like we're family, we grew up together, they drive you crazy, and I went from, being home alone with my kids to in a house with 4 other adults.
Cool. Yeah.
And another child, and another dog, and I have 3 dogs. So my house was full of life, let's just say. And I needed a break. And every time I turned this screen on, I just felt like I was home.
Yeah.
But away from home. And I connected, like I said, I connected with so many people that were going through the same thing. I was like, yeah, I just lost my job because of COVID. I had people that were coming in my box just to talk to me when they lost somebody. One of my good friends had just lost his cousin, and the first thing he did was come to my live and jump in the box to talk to me. He's like, I knew you would help me feel better. And I was like, to have, not only to feel like that's such a responsibility that I take great pride in, but to know that I have friends that trust me enough on here that I'm the one they want to come to, and they've never even met me in real life. That's humbling.
Absolutely.
To know you cause that effect on people is so incredible. To know that every day people want to come to you and just have that conversation of, hey, this is how my day's going, and you know what? I needed a break from life, and you gave it to me. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I might have given it to you, but you guys give it to me every single day.
Right.
And I could not, God forbid this app crash tomorrow, because y'all, I would be lost.
I think a lot of people
like, I bought one of them books, How to Build an App. I'll be like, all right, 6 years later, I'm working on it, guys. We're going to get there.
I think a lot of people would be in the same boat as you, because, I mean, you made a great point about, people being able to jump in and talk to you about really meaningful things. I mean, the diamonds and the gifts are part of it, but, it's the people, it's the relationships that you make, it's the connections that you make off the app and on the app. And those are the kind of things that you certainly can't put a price of diamonds on, because, it's all well and good and things like that. But like you said, the real connections, the real relationships, the real friendships that you have can certainly play a tremendous part into the happiness and the success that you have, not only as a streamer, but just as a human being.
Yeah. And it's so incredible. Like I still, it's funny because like my mom and my sister, they don't really get it. Right. They're like, you're always on that app. And I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Because if I go downstairs and my kids are playing on their tablets and, we're all just hanging out, I pull the app up. It's the first thing I do. I sit here and I'm hanging out, and I just sit and watch. And it's amazing how many people don't get it until my sister one day sat down and she's like, okay, let me see. Just let me see. What is this about? And she's like, this is actually awesome. And I'm like, yeah.
It's very awesome. It's very awesome. Yeah. And the people are awesome. It's not just the app, it's the people. Yeah.
And that's the incredible part. It's incredible to me that so many people, with so much divide that's going on in the world, with so many troubles that's going on in the world, that people can come together in such a way that we all have one accomplishment on this app, and it's to bring a smile to each other's faces. Yeah, the diamonds are great, but if it wasn't for every single person in these comments and outside of this stream, it would be nothing.
Right. Absolutely.
And just to be able to sit there and say, hey, you know what? Hey, Blake, what do you think of this? And Blake will sit there and tell me, hey, you know what? This is a good idea. This is what you should do, Bray. And I'm like, you're a genius. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Like, and it's literally having one conversation.
Simple stuff.
Yeah. One conversation with one person can change everything.
It can change the whole dynamic of your day, of the situation, the way you look at it, the outcome, because you value that person's opinion enough to say, hey, look, you're a friend. I think that much of you to ask your advice or opinion. Maybe not necessarily that you are going to do what they say, but that you value them enough to say, look, I care enough about what you think to bring whatever I have going on in my life to what, you suggest.
Yeah. And it's even the fact that somebody will take the time out of their day off app to sit and talk to you.
Right.
And even on app, because as much as off app is great, our time on app is still our time.
It is.
Time is the most precious thing that none of us will ever get back. And there's not one day I've ever spent time on this app and regretted it.
Mm-hmm.
Not once. You know, even with the drama that goes on in the app, and we've all dealt with it, we've all seen it, we've all kind of got wrapped up into it at one point. At no point when you come back and look at it at the end and you're like, all right, yeah, I dealt with this and there was a negative here, but every positive that I have hit on the way is worth one day of drama.
Yes.
Because I can honestly say I can go to people like Hoops. I can go to people like Yeezy. I can go to, there's so many people in the stream right now, I can't believe y'all are in here at the same time. Y'all do this at my stream too. But so many of these people in here that I could just hit up, excuse me.
You good?
Hit up and be like, y'all, I got a question. I need, I'm going through this. Yeah. What do you guys think? And every single person, every single one will stop and be like, yeah, Brie, you know what? I've been through this. I know somebody who went through this. You'll get through this. It's going to be okay. Every single one. And if anybody in this stream right now doesn't have someone like that to go to, feel free to come to me at any point in time.
Hey, what are friends for? Right?
And and James, I'm not going to lie. I've gotten up at 2 a.m. because I've gotten a phone call from somebody and they're like, hey, somebody's on live. They're crying. They're going through this right now. They need somebody, Brie. Can you get online? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I go downstairs in my living room and I hop on live and y'all, I'd be looking like I rolled out from underneath a bridge in a mountain troll. And I'm like, my hair being out. I'm like, all right, what happened? And they're like, you just woke up. Just don't, you don't have to be here. I'm like, yes, I do.
Just be there.
You're my friend.
Just be there for me.
I care about you. I need to be here.
Absolutely.
I was put in this moment for this reason. And with this app, go to sleep. That's so true. But it's worth it. With every connection you make, I mean, there's no chance I would have met 3/4 of the people on this app, if not every person on this app, if it wasn't for this app. And there's so many incredible people. Yes. As many as y'all, we've got a lot of trolls on this app. Yep. We got a lot of negative on the app. Yep.
But that's real life, That's real life.
Well, that's what I was just saying. Everything on the outside of this app is the same thing. How many people go to their work and deal with the drama? And all of us have that person at work that's like, I hate having to be here every day. And I'm like, why? You woke up on the other side of the dirt. You should be in a good mood right now, sweetheart. But you got a job. Some people don't.
Exactly.
Your babies are healthy. Some people's aren't. You got a friend somewhere. A lot of people don't.
Right.
And that's why I'm so positive on telling people, check the app out. Just try it. Because as much as, I spent time just sitting and I was on Pinterest and I was doing all kinds of just stupid things because I had nothing else to do with my time. I hit that Mimi and now I've literally felt like I've accomplished. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Pinterest where I'm like, oh, I made a star out of, paper mache, like whoop-de-doo. No, on here, I connected with people. I became friends with people.
You made it real.
Yeah, I help solve problems. Oh, yeah, spend money on Meet Me. That's fun, too. Yeah. I've spent money on Meet Me, but I've spent a lot of money on Meet Me, and I've never regretted a single dime. Because you connect with people. I love to walk in a room, drop a jet, and then see people go, Brie, where did you even come from? I'm like, I just want to see you smile. That was it. And they're like, so you dropped the jet? And I'm like, yeah, you want me to drop a carpet too?
And it's just, so, like you said, it's so gratifying to be there for people and just to see that they appreciate, a gift and whatever, but it's the natural reactions and the organic responses that you get from people is what certainly matters at the end of the day.
It is. I've been talking a lot, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It is. It's when I be talking a lot, y'all, I be drinking a lot of water, and I try not to do it on shows because I think it's rude.
No, you're fine.
But like people like Role Model Fresh became literally one of my best friends. I would ride or die for her. I would do anything for her. The model family, like, I'm part of so many families, y'all. I'm part of Lux family. I create my own family, the loyalty family with all the oranges, the models, you know, my block, and it spans to so many people. And it's amazing because how many of y'all have walked into one stream that you're like, yeah, you know this person so well. And then you see somebody that you didn't even know knew that person, but you know from 6 streams over, and you're like, how do you know this person? They're in my live all the time.
Yep. And it's the connection. It's like you don't realize that even though it's such a big app.
Quiet you. I saw that.
It's like you don't realize that it's such a big app and that the families and the circles are so small. But it's so amazing because, like you said, when you surround yourself with the right people and the right situations of family, it certainly makes such a tremendous difference each and every single day. So
yeah. And I mean, and I will say this. I will say, yeah, I've spent a lot of money on this app. But I have people that come into my app that have never dropped anything but EBTs and are some of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I know every time I turn this screen on, they're going to sit in my live. They're going to come talk to me. And you know what? I know, hey, you know what? We're all going through money issues, especially right now. Yep. And they may not be able to drop a dime, but I'm like, man, hit those little hearts.
Just be here. Just be part of the conversation. Just let me make your day just like you are making mine, just being here right now. And, as a streamer, it's certainly important because it makes it worthwhile. You know, you can sit here for an hour and get gifted, 150 milli, but sometimes, you may not have anybody there at all. And these people are sharing stories about, their children or their life or their, maybe they have a parent that just passed away or something like that. Whatever the case may be, those are what you're always going to remember and what's certainly going to stick out, from you as just a human standpoint. And to be able to appreciate that is certainly very wonderful and gratifying.
It's so true. Adam.
In closing, do you have anything that you want to just kind of leave with anybody? Anything that you want to just offer, any kind of wonderful advice for people that stream, people that maybe just go to streams or whatever that means as far as friendships and the right people to support and things like that?
So I think honestly, it's funny because I'm in another show this week and I got asked a simple question that made me think about friendships so deeply. I got asked by Jordan. He said to me, what would this app lose if you left tomorrow? And my first thought was, nothing. If I leave, the app's going to keep going. And then I stopped and I was like, you know what? This app will lose a friend. On the other side of this screen, always remember there's a real person. There's someone going through real life problems,
yes,
real life issues, and has real love for the people on the other side of it. I try to tell people when someone comes to my live, I want them to come in at this point and always leave at this point. Always. I want to leave them at a higher level than when I found them.
Absolutely.
You have to plant that seed of love and spread that positivity because even when we have a bad day, there's always somebody on the other side of the screen that's going to have our back, no matter what. So if you ever have that moment where you're like, man, forget this app, forget the problems, the drama, step back and remember every positive moment you've ever had here. Whether it be just you had a bad day and someone was like, hey, you know what? I love your smile. That makes anything bad that's ever happened go away. And all of it worth it at the end of the day, for me.
Right.
And I think for every person to just look back and have that one person that's like, you're awesome to me. And I appreciate having you in my life. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I
have meaning. And on this app, every one of us do. Yep. Every single one.
Guys, wow. What a tremendous story about friendships, what the app certainly means to her. If you hadn't already favored her by the end of this conversation, please do. Thank you so much, Bree, for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule from, your kids and your stream to just be here and share such a very heartfelt and a rewarding story. And I'm certainly just so proud and grateful that you were able to do that with me.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. Y'all, I've seen y'all in the comments. If I didn't say everybody's name, I apologize. But thank you guys all so much. I appreciate y'all. Please make sure you hit Jamison with that fave. And do me a favor. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I'm here for the clout. Do me a favor. Hit that fave. Just saying. But I hope you guys have an amazing night. I love y'all. Thank you guys. Jamison, thank you so much for this opportunity because I feel great having this conversation, let alone being able to be here. This conversation was worth every moment of being in this room. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
No problem. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
You too. Wow, guys, what an incredible person. What an incredible story. What an incredible perception of friendships and what the app meant to her. And, you know, it was simply amazing. And I'm certainly glad that she was able to be that vulnerable and share such a great story with us. It's so wonderful to hear that. So, guys, that was last week's topic, was friendships and how much it meant to her. Please, again, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time. This is a show that we do every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we just have people that come on and reflect about things in their life, talk about topics and situations and circumstances that make them, you know, be humble. And that's certainly, you know, with everything going on, you know, in the world right now and life in general, it's certainly great to try to focus on, you know, positive things and how much of a powerful thing that it can be to realize that friendship is important and all the amazing things that go on, and to focus on the positive instead of the negative. So, you know, speaking of power, guys, this week we're going to introduce this week's topic. It's going to be called The Power of Music. And to be honest with you, when I was thinking about this with some of the people that helped me come up with stuff, I couldn't think of someone any more fitting for this particular topic, because it's certainly someone that I have thought of a lot since I started the app. And at this time, I definitely wanted to welcome him to the box. And guys, please give him a round of applause for taking the time to be here. Mr. Aaron Kirby himself. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday to you, brother. Good, man. Good. I again, like with Bree, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. What this app has to offer, along with Hoop Show as well. There's just so many incredible, wonderful people with so many talents and coaches and things of that nature. Certainly get him on a Wednesday night as well as Hoops on a Tuesday night to check out their shows and see what it's all about. So, man, you got the floor.
Absolutely, man. Well, my name's Aaron Kirby. I am a singer-songwriter from Macon, Georgia. I've been playing music professionally for about 10 years now. And I took a little break, you know, right before I got on the app as far as playing live shows and stuff. And, you know, find that this app really changed, like, you know, the drive that I had to get back out and start, you know, doing the music thing again. And, you know, you talk about the power of music. I kind of, when you asked me to be on the show, I kind of had the idea that I was going to twist the topic up a little bit, if you don't mind, because so if you read the definition of gratitude, it says the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. So, as well as the app, not only has the app changed my life, but when I came up with the idea for the show that you just mentioned that we do here on Wednesday nights, before and after, it was definitely with the intentions of being able to provide a platform for up and coming singers. Okay. And it's so powerful to sit back every single week for the last 22 weeks now. That's crazy. For the last 22 weeks, I've sat back and I've watched up and coming streamers, established streamers, you know, people who are just trying to be better singers, and the transformation you see within those people within a week is awesome, man. And, so what I'm leading to is I came up with the show to actually express my thankfulness for the help that I've gotten from people and the support that I've gotten from people on the app. It is before and after is kind of like my way of showing gratitude back to the app itself. So.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, I mean, it's important to not only see the gratitude from other people, but to be able to show that as well. I think that, like you said, you made a great point, and that people have certainly brought a lot out of you, you know, and how you value music and what it means to you, and to be able to see all the talent, and you see where someone starts and where they finish. It's certainly just a very gratifying thing for you, I'm sure, especially being a musician and being able to have such a tremendous show like you have. To see that on a platform, I'm sure is huge. And like you said, I think it's probably for you, especially in your own, you know, musical ability and writing, that it makes you want to apply and be that much better like the people on your own show, you know.
Absolutely.
To grow every single day.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, look, I just got done with Hoops's show, Search for the Star, and I actually reached out to one of my coaches to get a little bit of feedback and opinion. So you could say I even participated in my own show. She's actually in the comments right now. Zen, if y'all don't have her favorited. Look, I give all credit for meeting Zen to Marquise, the host, the idol of Unstoppable Idol.
Great dude.
I competed against Zen, and I met her, and she has been one of the most absolute best people that I've met on this app. So if you guys don't know who Zen is, she's got a wonderful voice. Check her out. And she is a part of Before and After, man. And I'm so lucky to not only be able to call her a friend, but to be able to just spend time with her every single week and see how hard she works with these people. And, you know, it's awesome, man.
It really is. I think that when people look at shows, I think sometimes they think, well, it's just a show. But, you know, to your point, the show that you have, especially, as well as mine, you know, when you start getting into the conversations and the topics with people and the talent in your situation, it's like, wow, you take a step back and you think, wow, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. It feels very gratifying to be able to do this for people, and for the fact
just the fact that I have the platform to let people get up and get them, man. If people come on my show and get 15, 20, 30 favorites just because they sang for 3 minutes, man, it's all worth it to me. To see them gain confidence week after week, it's all worth it, man. Right. It's really amazing. And I know that if I enjoy hosting it as much as I do, that people got to enjoy watching it. So that's just how I try to look at it. So I have so much fun hosting the show. So I feel like if I was sitting back watching the show, which I do go back and watch the shows. So if I can sit back and enjoy the show, I feel like that we got a good thing going on. So.
And you definitely do, because I think that when you put the energy and the time and effort into being passionate about what you're doing, it not only resonates with yourself, but it resonates with other people, because they see, wow, you know, these people really care about the product that they're putting out. And, you know, like you said, in your own particular situation, like the power of music, I'm sure has transformed your life in a lot of different ways, even outside of the app. I mean, you
Absolutely.
know, with you know, it's very rare for, you know, people to have an opportunity and a talent to play guitar and sing. You know, what have you felt like for you especially has been so powerful for you from a music standpoint, like getting in the studio, or what do you feel like is?
To be honest with you, it's just 24/7. If I'm not sleeping, most of the time I'm humming, I'm singing. Like, it's literally been like that my whole life. It's like it's such a I get so much therapy by just coming on here and singing for 3 hours a day for people. You know what I'm saying? It really helps me get through my days, and to see how much happiness it spreads and everything, man. It is just, there's no other feeling like it.
Yeah. The interesting thing for me,
I think people that know me very personally off the app, music was a part of my life, and it was either have this or, you know, make a different career choice out of your life. And so music was always certainly a tremendous part of my life, and, you know, something I always still miss. But like, as I continue to listen to, you know, different artists and musicians and things like that, it still continues to give me the drive to just enjoy music. And if I've had like a rough day, or I've had a rough situation,
see, that's the beautiful thing about it, though. I really don't think that there's a person in the world that exists that does not like some sort of music.
Right.
You don't have to be a singer or play an instrument for music to affect your life. It affects each and every one of us, for real. And it affects each and every one of us different. it can change the whole vibe of a day. You can play a song if you're down and it might bring you up. You can play a song, you know what I mean, for any situation, any type of music, any genre. It's awesome. I mean, the music is powerful.
It really is, because, like you said, you made a great point. It doesn't really matter what kind of music or style you like. It doesn't matter if other people even like the style that you like. It certainly hits to you as a personal thing, and what it can bring out of you, and the drive.
Absolutely. And I think that's like, it's kind of really cool. Now I get a lot of people who request my original songs now. So that's like something that you put your heart and soul into, man. And when you have people come in, to a live stream and say, hey, can I hear this song? It's like, wow, that's really, really awesome.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, like you said, I mean, for you to have the talent to do that, along with so many other people, I mean, it's really difficult to do your own material and to write from, just nothing, from scratch, and to be able to translate that into a song with a chorus and a bridge and all kinds of things that people don't really realize. It takes a lot of talent to do that. And like you said, you're at a wonderful place, especially with your show, to see what all these other people can do with covers and stuff like that. That I'm sure that it helps you bring and blend that into your own personal style of, like, wow, maybe I can write this a little bit different. Maybe I sing this hook a little bit different way. And like you said, that's such a tremendous part of what the power of music really stands for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man.
Do you see yourself trying to continue to grow as far as your own original stuff? Do you?
Yes, I have been in the studio working on trying to get some stuff out to you guys. I just talked to my cousin, and I'm shooting for maybe this summer to be able to drop stuff on all platforms. So at least a couple of songs. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
I think that's going to be great, man. I certainly think that this is, there's other artists in here, Brooke Falls, she released an amazing single that a lot of people loved. And, you certainly have the opportunity to do that as well. And I think that you guys have a great platform with this, especially to be able to do that and continue to grow not only the your own style of music, but like to continue to hit on music in such a way that really reflects and resonates with people.
Right. Sure. Absolutely, man. And I'm the thing is about it, man, my original songs, I'm pretty confident about quite a few of them. So, I'm really excited to get it down, stamped, and, ready to get it out to you guys. Seriously.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to say, man, in closing about, music, or anything that you'd like to add to anything?
Not too much, man.
A lot of people support you a lot.
Thank everybody, man. There's a lot of my friends in here tonight, dude. And it's awesome seeing all these amazing people in one place. And the cool part about it is this is happening like almost every night now, just about, we've got these shows going on, man. And it's such a beautiful thing. And I'm so blessed and honored to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And, just want to keep the content rolling. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support, man. And Jamison, thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you so much for being here, guys. Again, let me just give you a little quick shout out. His show is called Before and After, every Wednesday night, guys, at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. You certainly will get a lot out of what he brings to the table with all the people that come on his show. He's such a great guy. I very much look forward to meeting him in person one day at Playlist. I think a lot of people are looking.
We got to get that. We got to get that. We got to get that rocking. I know me and Brittany have definitely talked about it. We will be there if it happens. That is the plan. So definitely, man. Well, man, hopefully that goes down in September.
I hope so too, man. But again, thank you so much, dude, for taking the time to share what music meant to you. And I'm glad that, like I said, you were one of the first people that really came to my mind when I thought about that topic, and I knew that you would just be such perfect.
And I feel like I might have twisted the topic a little bit, but I mentioned it to you a little bit earlier that, man, like literally the before and after was a way for me to show gratitude back towards the app and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a way to do that. So,
well, you've certainly done a tremendous job of that, brother. It shows in the people that support you and the people that are excited to be on your show, the amazing, people that are coaches that are part of your show. And you've certainly done a tremendously successful job at that.
So we've worked with over 60 people now, and I've got stuff booked up for the next probably month in advance already. Still, like, it's just been rolling, man. It's awesome the amount of interest that people have shown in it. So if you know anybody, guys, in the comments, if you know anybody who may want to participate in Before and After, and what it is, it's a singing mentorship show where bi-weekly we let 6 singers get in the box, and I pair them up with a coach to work with off the app for a week. They come back a week later to perform another song, which we get an after performance. If you're interested in performing on Before and After, all you have to do is follow my Instagram and send me a message on there and let me know you're interested, and I'll definitely get you a date soon.
So guys, I promise you will enjoy it. Even if you don't catch him live on Wednesday, you can certainly watch the episode, all the previous episodes on Emoji J's YouTube channel, and just catch a little bit of that. And I promise you, after 5 minutes of watching the show, you'll be catching it every single Wednesday.
Absolutely, man. Jamison, I appreciate you, dude. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank you for having me, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your night.
All right, brother. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Guys, wow. That's a show. That's a great guest. It's a great show. We just had so many wonderful things that we were able to talk about with so many people tonight. And thank you guys so much for being here. Aaron's an amazing dude. We have a lot of people in here. Just to kind of give a little shout out to, people in the show. I mean, Brooke Falls has a show on Monday. Zen has a show on Monday. I have a show on Monday. Aaron's got one on Wednesdays. Blake has Love Quest on Thursdays. Hoops has one on Tuesday nights. So guys, there's so many different shows on the app, so many different people that are on here. And I'm telling you, there's not one thing on here that you could not find to be really, really excited and very passionate about for the people that you support. So guys, that was Aaron sharing an amazing story, and what, music was to him and what it means to him every single day. So let me revisit that quote with you guys one more time. We'll leave you with the next week's challenge. Music is by far the most wonderful method we have to remind us each day of the power of personal accomplishment. Music is by far the most wonderful method we have to remind us each day of the personal power of personal accomplishment. Guys, that's an amazing quote. And so as we're kind of coming into February, as we're kind of coming around the love season or love month, we're going to kind of leave you with this for next week's topic. I know a lot of people may have, people that are their significant others. They may have people that they certainly care about, that they really want to have a relationship with, or whatever the case may be. But guys, what we're going to talk about next week is self-love. The month of love, that's what we're going to go with. And so I appreciate everyone so much for being here. I cannot wait to see what amazing guests we're going to have next week. And guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be on such an amazing opportunity of a show. I appreciate you guys. That's the show. Let's go. Woo! Man. There we go. Oh, let me change that photo real quick. Man, I love it. I love it. Guys, now we're out of show mode. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. Let's get this going a little bit. Thank you guys so much for being here, Miss Grace. I saw Blake. I saw Zen, a whole bunch of people that were in here. Y'all are awesome. Let's pick it up just a little bit right here. Look, thank you. Now we can read comments. Lady, thank you again. Right? I want to thank again Bree Baby and Aaron for being here. What a show. Thank you, man. Where are those pinky rings at? Speaking of music, right?
What y'all trying